Welcome to my channel The Love for English. Today we are going to discuss about the major and minor characters in the romantic comedy The Merchant of Venice, written by none other than William Shakespeare. He wrote this romantic comedy in the late 16th century and the play was set in the Renaissance capital of Italy, Venice. So without any further ado, let's get into this video. The title character in this play is played by Antonio. He is an influential, powerful, and wealthy nobleman of Venice. He is a middle aged man and a merchant by trade who has his financial interest tied up in overseas shipments when the play begins. He is kind, generous, honest, and confident, and is loved and revered by all the Christians who know him. Shylock is the most vivid and memorable character in the play. He is one of Shakespeare's greatest dramatic creations. The character of Shylock has also been the subject of a much critical debate. Is he a bloodthirsty villain, or is he a man more sinned against than sinning? Can we even call him an antagonist? One of the reasons that such questions arise is that there are really two stage Shylocks in the play. First, there is the stage villain who is required for the plot. Second, there is the human being who suffers the loss of his daughter, his property, and very importantly for him, his religion. Bassanio is a gentleman of Venice and a kinsman and dear friend to Antonio. Bassanio's love for the wealthy Portia leads him to borrow money from Shylock, with Antonio as his guarantor. An ineffectual businessman, Bassanio proves himself a worthy suitor, correctly identifying the casket that contains Portia's portrait. Portia is the heroine of William Shakespeare's The Merchant of Venice. A rich, beautiful, and intelligent heiress, she is bound by the lottery set forth in her father's will, which gives potential suitors the chance to choose between three caskets composed of gold, silver, and lead. If they choose the right casket, the casket containing Portia's portrait and a scroll, they win Portia's hand in marriage. If they choose the wrong casket, they must leave and never seek another woman. Portia is glad when two suitors, one driven by greed and another by vanity, fail to choose correctly. She favors Bassanio, but is not allowed to give him any clues to assist in his choice. Later in the play, she disguises herself as a man, then assumes the role of a lawyer's apprentice named Balthazar, whereby she saves the life of Bassanio's friend Antonio in court. Now we will move on to the minor characters. The first we have is Nerissa. She is Portia's lady-in-waiting, verbal sparring partner and friend. She is a merry wench. She agrees to marry Greciano on condition that Bassanio succeed in the task of the caskets. She joins Portia in dressing up as men to save Antonio's life, playing the part of a law clerk. Jessica is the daughter of Shylock, a Jewish moneylender in William Shakespeare's The Merchant of Venice. In the play, she elopes with Lorenzo, a penniless Christian, and a chest of her father's money, eventually ending up in Portia and Bassanio's household. In the play's dramatic structure, Jessica is a minor but pivotal role. Salarino, a Venetian gentleman and friend to Antonio, Bassanio, and Lorenzo. He escorts the newlyweds, Jessica and Lorenzo, to Belmont and returns with Bassanio and Greciano for Antonio's trial. He is often almost indistinguishable from his companion Solanio. In some of the books, he also goes by the name Salerio. Solanio is a companion of Antonio and Bassanio. He tries to uplift Antonio's spirits and says that if he was a ship merchant, he would take up leaves of grass and try to judge the direction of winds. Lorenzo is a friend of Bassanio. In love with Shylock's daughter Jessica, he helps her run away from her father with the aid of Greciano and Salerio. Gratiano is a friend of Bassanio, a great talker. He is almost impossible to shut up and can be unmannerly to the extent that Bassanio only allows him to accompany his trip to Belmont on condition that he keeps himself under control. The Duke of Venice is the ruler of the Venice, who has the final say in settling all disputes within the city. When Shylock wants to bring Antonio to court, the Duke oversees the trial. Launcelot Gobbo is Shylock's servant in the play. His main focus is that of a comic relief character who moves from one misadventure to another. He seeks to leave Shylock's house but fears retribution. Launcelot Gobbo ends up working for Bassanio, the man whose need for money caused Antonio to be indebted to Shylock. Old Gobbo is an old man, blind or as well as and not entirely comfortable with long words. He wishes the best for his son Launcelot to the extent of bringing gifts to the young man's master. He accepts to help Launcelot beg Bassanio to take him on as a servant so that he may leave Shylock. Tubal is a wealthy Jew of Venice who lends Shylock enough to make up the full 3,000 ducats the latter lends to Antonio. He sends him to track down Jessica, though he is unable to do so. Dr. Bellario, the wealthy lawyer, is Portia's cousin and highly devoted to her. He never appears in the play, but he gives the letters of introduction to Portia's servant that she needs to make her appearance in the court. Balthazar is one of Portia's servants. She sends him to bring her letters to Bellario and to meet her and Nerissa on the way to Venice with the law clerk clothes Bellario will give him. Portia steals his name for her disguise as a man. The Prince of Morocco is a suitor to Portia's hand. Dark-skinned, he is a great and boastful warrior. The Prince of Morocco asks Portia to ignore his dark complexion and seeks to win her by picking one of the 3 caskets. The Prince of Aragon appears in only one scene in the play, is the second of Portia's suitor who submits to the casket test devised by Portia's father to determine his suitability to be Portia's husband. If you liked this video, then do like and share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.